So here with Tim Ford from Orde today, and we're going to be talking about Orde Financial and all things that they're doing. Tim, welcome. Introduce yourself, mate.
Hello all, Tim Ford, 40 from Orde, as some know. Thanks for having me. It's a cool new room.
No, you're welcome, mate. Now Orde's not the newest kid on the block, but they've been around a few years now. They're breaking in. You're becoming more and more well-known throughout the industry. Orde does and why it's different.
Yeah, so 5 years in, journey to date's been quite rapid. So kind of one of the fastest growing kind of non-banks into the sector. And I guess the focus areas for us is kind of anything that sits outside the bank's appetite, all the way up to kind of the private lending space. So while we don't do that, we're kind of pushing right up to that at the moment with some kind of new products with a new kind of short-term capitalised interest loan, etc. So for us, it's just how to give brokers some solutions to help more of their customers around the kind of alt doc, commercial, bridging. We're looking at some kind of rural resi lifestyle farms as well. So there's a wide range of solutions there based on the appetite of your customers.
We are seeing utilisation go up and up. Do you think that is awareness of your product? Do you think customers are getting more sophisticated? What are you putting it down to that the volumes are increasing so much with Orde?
It's a couple of things. So firstly, it's kind of time in market, and I think for us we're built for broker. So what that means for us is we're only through the broker channel. So awareness of the brand in a B2B sort of broker-only model, I think is slower than some of those that have got a kind of direct-to-consumer brand, because the awareness is stronger when you're sponsoring football teams and cricket teams and the like. So I think that the relationship between a broker and the lender and that referral is a trusted referral. So I think brokers need to see and touch the brand a few times before they get that confidence to recommend the product to a customer. So I think at that kind of 4 or 5 years in, they've kind of seen us around. We're not the new kid on the block anymore. But the big one for us is we kind of refer to it as OBE, the Orde Broker Experience. So it's our service is best quantified once you've experienced the whole range of what we do. And I think in such a well-connected, relationship-driven industry, we're obsessed for the broker experience for a number of reasons. But mainly, I mean, if you give a broker a good experience, then they'll tell 10 brokers. If you give them a terrible experience, they'll probably tell 100. So I think our growth today, I mean, while it's probably been a bit slower is probably not the right word. We've been a bit more targeted. We're not trying to be all things
control
to all people.
It's control.
So we're mindful that we want to grow at the right pace and not kind of blow up our back office. Where, I mean, I've been in the business for 18 months and probably seen the volumes double on a monthly point of view. But we've maintained that 2-day SLA the whole way through, which is something as a business is very important for us, especially as kind of volumes go up and down. And for us, it's something we're extremely proud of, especially because it's quite a complex lending type. It's not just a vanilla sort of 2 pay slips kind of purchase deal. We've got multiple trusts and complexity around income and all those things. So I think that for us, that the broker experience, if you have a great experience, you'll tell others. That's been a big part of our growth to date. But the second one is...
that was only the first one?
Well, how long's the videotape on this thing?
Keep going. Keep going.
But I think there's also an education part in what we do as well around the markets we play in. If you take an SMSF or a bridging deal, for example, those deals don't fall on your lap every week. They're kind of deals that you've got to go out and find and hunt. And so, I mean, the bridging deals, I mean, it's conversations with your real estate referral partners talking about the market we're in and how it's a better market to buy and sell, and you can buy your customers 18 months. I mean, that's where those deals come from, particularly. So I think for brokers who aren't active in those markets we play in, it's helping them, firstly, how do you find that Orde kind of customer? And then secondly, how do you write a more complex deal that we play? Because there's a packaging element to what we do. Because it's a high risk deal, there's a bit more involved in it. The way that you sort of present and package that deal is really important. So, yeah, the two parts are, how do you find our customer, but then secondly, how do you kind of write and package the deal is a big part of the educational focus, which is seeing the growth in our market where we've seen competition in the non-bank space with our competitors increase. You go back 3 or 4 years ago, there was hardly any lenders kind of writing SMSF. It's like everywhere you turn around now, there's kind of more and more people in that market. So there's a lot more competition for brokers in that space, but there's still a lot that don't write. They might write the occasional deal if it falls on their desk, but they're not kind of hunting it out. So I think that the thing that we're sort of passionate about is how do we grow the segment rather than just in a competitive environment. When you're not trying to kind of rob from Peter to pay Paul, we actually kind of want to genuinely add some value and open brokers up to some new markets that they haven't looked at before.
I've seen your infrastructure, which is quite good. But for anybody watching or listening, what does your support team, your BDM team, look like? How many are there? Are you in all states? When a deal loads, who do they talk to?
Yeah. So we got 160 staff nationally. Head office is in Melbourne. So that's where a lot of our assessors, ops, kind of senior management sit in Melbourne. So everyone's onshore, which is great. Everyone's super accessible. You go on our website, ord.com.au/team. You'll see everyone right from the CEO through heads of credit, kind of heads of distribution. We're all accessible through that process. So for us, the feedback we get around the engagement with the credit assessors, picking up the phone, workshopping deals, that can-do approach of having the staff all kind of in the one same place, online on the same page with sales and credit and kind of what happens post-settlement for us is really important. So Melbourne is a big part of the kind of HQ, kind of secondary office here in Sydney, just around the corner, just in January. So that for us is a great sign of the business growing. We've got a good amount of sales team, RMs here in Melbourne, in Sydney, and then kind of national footprint around the country with sort of BDMs in every state. Probably 12 months ago, we kind of appointed Jack as a BDM in SA, which for us kind of gave us that true national footprint as a lender. So it was a good sign of maturity and growth as a business. And our BDM RM team, and I'm not biased from a distribution point of view, they're a big part of our value proposition. We are in a more complex kind of lending environment. So I think the value that the BDMs brings through that transaction is really high when they get hands-on around the packaging, scenarios, etc. So we've invested heavily in people. We know we're in a people business rather than a lending business. And if you attract good people, then the rest of it flows from there.
You really have hired well. And another thing I like about you guys is you grow from within as well into those frontline sales facing areas. So they get experience on the tools, dealing with the back end before they move on to the front end, so they know what they're talking about. I really like that. Just tell us the best way for brokers to get in contact and get accredited.
So as I said, whether it's our kind of website's got all our BDMs. So if you don't know who the BDM is, reach out to myself. But for SFG, we've got Craig Neal here in New South Wales, who you a lot would know, Cam Mergen in Melbourne, Jack Pudney, SA, Cam Finney, WA, and Stefan Heather in Queensland. So they're the BDMs, all accessible through our website. If you can't find them, reach out to me. I'm pretty easy to find. So they're the first point of call.
Easy, Tim. Well, thanks for joining us today, mate. Congratulations, and we look forward to doing a lot more with Orde into the future.
Thanks for having me.
Easy.